No matter the type of work you do, a serious injury or fatality impacts everyone. Losing a coworker is something no one wants to think about. But there are things every workplace can do to prevent serious injuries and fatalities. First, what are they? A serious injury or fatality is any life-threatening injury or illness that, if not immediately addressed, is likely to lead to death. It usually requires emergency response personnel to provide life-sustaining support. Serious injuries or illnesses can also be life-altering, leaving the worker impaired or without use of an internal organ, body function, or body part. A few examples are significant head injuries, paralysis, amputations, heart attacks, and broken or fractured bones. Why do they happen? Often, they result from failure to recognize a workplace hazard or risk, or relying only on low-level controls like personal protective equipment or policies to prevent serious injuries instead of removing the hazard or replacing it with something less dangerous. And regular exposure to a hazard can lead to complacency or forgetting about the danger. Did you know 21% of all hazards have the potential to be a serious injury or fatality, according to the National Safety Council? When do they commonly occur? The fatal 10 are situations that are most likely to lead to serious injuries or fatalities in the workplace. The fatal 10 are vehicle or equipment operation, working at heights, workplace violence, machine hazards or lockout failures, hazardous materials or environmental exposure, electrical or arc flash hazards, fire or explosions or hot work, confined spaces, trenching, engulfment, suspended loads, contacts with objects and equipment. A worker who is regularly exposed to heavy machinery, for example, is at higher risk of serious injuries than someone who works in an office environment. When a situation from the fatal 10 is paired with a red flag situation, it puts workers at even higher risk of a serious injury or fatality. Red flag situations include non-routine work, stressors, both physical and environmental, fatigue, production pressures, inadequate supervision and follow-through, working alone, inadequate operating procedures, training, and follow-up, poor equipment or task design, new employees, or lack of engineering controls. When a truck driver has several late shifts in a row and is experiencing fatigue, he's at a higher risk of serious injuries. This is an example of a red flag situation combined with a scenario from the fatal 10. So, what can you do to prevent them? First, identify any activities at your worksite that are on the fatal 10 list. Then, identify any of those activities that also have red flags and focus on those. The more red flags, the greater the risk, and the higher the priority should be to address them. Maybe that means upgrading equipment with better safety features. Maybe it means scheduling more time for hands-on safety meetings. Or maybe it means adjusting the schedule so employees can get enough sleep between shifts. There are some important questions to ask when making changes to prevent serious injuries and fatalities. Where can someone die or get seriously injured? What are the controls to prevent it? Are the controls enough? It's crucial to involve and engage employees who do the work. The good news is that 87% of all hazards that cause fatalities can be discovered through interviews or observations looking for key vulnerabilities. Preventing serious injuries is a team effort. Make sure you educate and train employees at every level of your organization on prevention, because everyone wants their coworkers to leave work safely.